Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest round from Salty Walty in the Gym Guard Custom. Gym Guard Custom is, of course, a raid with a really huge shield that has about the same hit points as the mobile suit generally. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be a pretty major beneficiary of the change to the hangar that gives your shield hit points in addition to yourself when you have the hit point increase perk. I feel like that's going to be really helpful. But yeah, the other suit here with the big shield is the Pale Rider Dual Han, which of course has a lance instead of a dagger to go with it, and also. Also, I believe the Gatling on the shield behaves slightly differently, even though they're basically supposed to be the same shield. GBO2 does that a lot. Unfortunately, yeah, there was just nowhere for Salty to go without feet, so that was a short first spawn there. But yeah, I like the Gym Guard custom. I haven't run it in a while just because it's not always very easy to use because that it has pretty good ranged power, but that beam dagger is very short range. I believe it's one of the ones that the Gundam Pixie uses in pairs. So, uh, yeah, it can be a tricky one, especially if people aim around the shield, which I'm pretty sure you're going to see happen at least once, since this is like my third attempt to actually be coherent and not just have my brain stall out midway through in narrating this. Just sleep is weird, so you know. But yeah, it's a good suit. I like it, and yeah, I've mentioned before that prior to the addition of the F91, uh, there were very few manual shields in the game. So Gym Guard Custom, there goes the Zaku Cannon. That's good. Gym Guard Custom is a good choice if you want to learn the tricks of shield positioning. Because basically, for most suits in GBO2, the things that have passive shields, which is almost all of them, the positioning of them is based entirely on your movement. Salty crouched there not just to get the extra damage and defense, but because crouching is one of the best guaranteed ways to get the shield directly in front of you. So switching to the Gatling weapon helps with that too. But generally a shield will be on your left side, and if you pull back, if you move backwards, you will usually pull it in front of you. So yeah, that's kind of the short version of how to use shields in GBO2. They're, like I said, now with the second Universal Century things, there are things where you can just select shield and have it up, but also, yeah, they most shields in the game still work like this. It's unfortunate too because it did not take them 100 years to invent the shield bash. Well, 50, I suppose, from the start of the 1 Year War. But no, Amuro and Rambaral at least were using the shield as a weapon in First Gundam as a series. So yeah, my only hesitation in saying we need to add that to older suits is the Gundam doesn't need more help right now. It's one of the things that should absolutely have that skill, and it is already verging on overbearing at almost any cost you can use it at. So, yeah, I'm glad it's in use. It felt kind of sad that it fell by the wayside for so long, but yeah, it is maybe a little bit overtuned, and I have a feeling that what's going to happen is what usually happens in this game and others like it, which is that everything else is going to get brought up to its level rather than it get have its buffs reduced. Okay, Dualhan's trying to shoot around the shield, but yeah, Salty's in a really good position here. As you can see, he is almost completely behind said shield, so very hard to get a shot in on edgewise. But yeah, now crouching to get the most out of it. As you can probably see, his foot was kind of sticking out from under it. That almost landed. I was hoping it would, and I think they managed to get the dual Han, yep, right after it got him. But, yeah, like you can very carefully aim around the shield with, big shielded things like that in the GPO2. GPO2 is actually a little bit easier in ways because the shield is much larger, but so is the mobile suit. The Gym Guard Custom has a very large shield with a standard gym body behind it. It's got that's kind of an advantage in terms of not taking hits when you're crouching behind that shield. Even the Pale Rider Dual Han is a little bit bulkier, I want to say, in the legs and the shoulders especially. So yeah, it's just that the build of the Gym Guard Custom probably does give it the best use of a big shield in the game at the moment. I'm trying to think of anything else with a really big shield that's been added since the GPO2, but it's kind of the exemplar even now. I don't remember what else has a really big shield. Got to be something, right? But okay, got a shot in there. That's good. And yep, good time to deal with the Dual Han, which is doing everything it can to number 5. But yep, also just putting a lot of bullets into it does do the trick. And there's a Gundam, which Salty and a teammate managed to take out. Looks like one of the enemy teammates managed to take out their Gundam, but that is okay. They are mopping things up. There's a little bit of a lead with a minute to go. It's a good position to be in. I don't remember if the Gym Guard and the Dual Han have shield tackle. Most things that have the shield tackle skill are designed around it being... Oh yeah, I forgot when you go prone, you just are totally protected from the front by that shield. But yeah, most things that have shield tackle are kind of predicated on the idea that you have a spiked shield. Whether it be the claws on the 8th MS team shield, the spikes on the Zaku 1 and Goga Green Puncher shield, things like that. But, that should do it for Dual Han. Yep, a couple more shots, and there you go. Okay. But yeah, I don't think the GPO2 or either of the things with the giant shield here just have a skill based on this thing is throwing a shield the size of an entire robot into you, and it is going to, push you around. I would like to see that if the Guard Custom needs a buff, and it probably couldn't hurt at this point. It's another older suit. There have to be things you could do to improve the performance. That said, Salty had a good performance. Took a few deaths, which is what happens when you have a suit you need to get in there with. But really, really good. Yes, almost swept the board all around, but did 102,000 damage, 5 and 3, and 3185. First overall, nice. Yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. Thank you for sending this round my way, Salty. And until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. But yeah, the Gym Guard custom kit that exists was part of the Gundam The Origin MSV series. I think vaguely tied to the Kukur's Island side manga, which has nothing to do with the original episode or the movie. But yeah, that's an okay manga too. Just there's been plenty of 1-year war stories from the Xeon side of things. So how much interest you have in that is how much interest you'll probably have in the manga. But I finally got all 5 volumes, and it is not too bad. Thought there was something else I wanted to mention today, but brain is gone. Other than the fact that we are getting a new Evangelion series written by Yoko Taro, which I think should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I can't really think of too much. So